Karen tried to stop kids' games in the park, didn't know they were raising books for poor schools. The park buzzed with the laughter of children, their voices weaving through the rustling leaves of late summer. It was a perfect Saturday in Willow Creek, where kids darted across the grass, chasing soccer balls and tossing frisbees. Among them, 12-year-old Mia and her friends had set up a small wooden stand near the oak tree, stacked with used books, dog-eared novels, colorful picture books, and worn textbooks. Their handmade sign read, "Donate a book, gift a future." They were raising books for underfunded schools in nearby towns, a project born from Mia's own love for reading and a teacher's offhand comment about kids who lacked access to books. Karen, a local resident known for her meticulous complaints about noise, litter, and anything that disrupted her version of order, watched from her usual bench. Her lips tightened as she saw the kids stand. To her, it was another chaotic mess, kids shouting, books scattered, and a crowd forming. She didn't know, or perhaps didn't care, what they were doing. All she saw was a violation of her pristine park. Clutching her phone, she marched toward the stand, her heels clicking with purpose. The air grew heavy as Mia spotted her approaching, her heart sinking. Karen's reputation preceded her. "Enough of this nonsense," Karen snapped, her voice cutting through the chatter. "You kids are turning this park into a flea market. Pack it up now." Mia, small but fierce, stepped forward, clutching a tattered copy of Charlotte's Web. "We're not selling anything, ma'am. We're collecting books for kids who don't have them." The other children nodded, their faces defiant but nervous. A crowd began to gather, parents, joggers, and a few curious teens recording on their phones. Tension crackled like static. Karen's eyes narrowed. "I don't care what you're doing. You're disturbing the peace, and you don't have a permit for this setup." Her voice rose, drawing more onlookers. Mia's older brother, Jake, a lanky 15-year-old, stepped in. "We checked with the park office. We don't need a permit for a donation drive." Karen scoffed, pulling out her phone. "We'll see about that. I'm calling the city council right now." The kids exchanged worried glances. Their dream of helping others was unraveling. As Karen dialed, a soft voice broke the standoff. "Excuse me, ma'am." It was Mrs. Delaney, the elderly librarian who had inspired Mia's project. She leaned on her cane, her white hair glowing in the sunlight. The crowd parted as she shuffled forward, holding a small stack of books. "These kids are doing something beautiful," she said, her voice steady but firm. "They're giving books to children who have nothing. I donated these myself." She placed the books on the stand, her hands trembling but her gaze locked on Karen. The crowd murmured, some nodding in approval. Karen faltered, her phone still raised. That's not the point," she stammered. "This is a public park, not a charity bazaar." But Mrs. Delaney's presence shifted the mood. A father in the crowd spoke up. "My son goes to one of those schools. They barely have enough textbooks." A teenage girl added, "I donated my old Harry Potter books. What's wrong with that?" The tide was turning, and Karen's face reddened as she sensed the crowd's disapproval. Then came the twist. A man in a worn jacket stepped forward, unnoticed until now. He was Mr. Carter, a janitor from one of the underfunded schools. His voice was quiet but raw. "My daughter learned to read because of a book drive like this one. She's 10, and she dreams of being a writer. You stop this, you're stopping kids like her." His words hung in the air, heavy with truth. Karen froze, her phone slipping slightly in her hand. The crowd fell silent, and even Mia's eyes widened. She hadn't known Mr. Carter would be there, let alone speak up. Karen's resolve crumbled. She lowered her phone, her lips trembling. I didn't know," she whispered, but the damage was done. The kids, emboldened by the crowd's support, resumed their work, stacking books and thanking donors. Karen turned away, her heels clicking softer now, her figure shrinking as she retreated to her bench. The park's joy returned, but a bitter undercurrent lingered. Mia watched Karen sit alone, her face unreadable. For a moment, Mia felt a pang of pity. Karen wasn't evil, just misguided, clinging to control in a world that didn't need it. By dusk, the kids had collected over 200 books. Mia hugged Mrs. Delaney, and Mr. Carter promised to deliver the books to his school. The crowd dispersed, some leaving donations, others sharing stories of kids who needed help. But Karen stayed on her bench, staring at the horizon. She hadn't meant to be the villain, but her actions had cast her as one. The park, once her sanctuary, now felt like a mirror reflecting her flaws. As the sun set, Mia placed the last book on the stand, a worn copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. She thought of Karen, of Mr. Carter's daughter, of the kids who'd soon hold these books. The victory was bittersweet. They'd won, but at what cost? Karen's loneliness lingered in Mia's mind, a reminder that even good intentions could clash with misunderstanding. What do you think? Was Karen wrong to act, or did she have a point about order? Share your thoughts on justice and community.